Happy Halloween, everybody! And today, I have a special treat for you guys. We'll be doing a drinking game. But for this one, I don't recommend it with alcohol or else you'll be... So, we'll be looking at Lost Sonic, and what I want you guys to do, anytime I mention a cliche, blood, or anything that has to do with blood, or anything that has to do with the creepypasta cliche you find in any other creepypasta, drink. Those are the rules. Let's begin! Okay, I'm a big fan of old school Sonic games, and I've played them all as a child. I have the first Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, you name it, I have it. And yes, I played them all on a Sega Genesis. So I was in the attic recently, cleaning up the crap that I've left in there, but while I was cleaning, I found this weird Sega Genesis cartridge. It had a piece of paper on there with the words, Lost Sonic, written on it. I really have no idea what the hell this was doing in my attic. I remembered this game from my childhood. Not really. But curiosity got the best of me, so I put the game in, grabbed my controller, and started playing. It started with the intro from the original Sonic the Hedgehog, but some things were a little unusual about it. There was no background, just a black screen, and there was no title, just a giant red ring with Sonic in it. But I still pushed start and the game began. It started with the same thing every old Sonic game started with. A green island stage with flowers and palm trees, but the zone didn't have a name. It only said, Act 1. The music was Green Hill Zone, but slowed down like in the European version. There was also no lifetime score or ring counter. There was no bad nicks or hazards in the zone, but I still kept going. It was like your normal Sonic level, but then out of nowhere, Robotnik came out of nowhere and hit you. There were no rings in the zone, so I died, but instead of normal death animation, the screen cut black and the death sound was heard. The game just froze there on a black screen. I pressed the reset button on the Sega Genesis, and the game restarted. I was shocked this time. The title screen went through a huge change. The background turned blood red. Under the ring with Sonic in it, it said Lost, and the music was screwed up. It was slowed down and missing a lot of notes. Sonic, however, was worse. His color scheme was lightened a lot, and his eyes were red. Sonic was also frowning while blood was dripping from his eyes and beer. We pressed the start button. The level started up. It was horrible. This top of the screen, on the bottom. It took me a while to realize it, but it was Lost, No Escape, Act 1, backwards. Sonic was the same as he was on the title screen, light colored with red eyes, blood under his eyes. The music was the same as it was on the title screen. I played through the level. The level was underground themed, but with blood dripping from the top. Bones and puddles of blood surrounding the level. Some gore was found too. The only badnik that was the centipede from the Mystic Cave Zone. But instead of dropping with an animal and you killed it, blood splattered out of it. There were also spikes with blood on the tips, and some cases acid that kills you in one hit. Every time you got hit, you go back to the start of the level. There were no checkpoints. The level was extremely difficult. I finally got through the level, but there was no signpost, but a giant black ball. But then two ghoulish red eyes peeked out of the back ball. It then charged at me, making the screen go completely red. I thought it was going to do the same as last time and freeze immediately, but I was wrong. A message saying, "You couldn't escape," appeared with a picture of Sonic being hung by a bloody rope. I turned off the game. What the hell did I just play? I thought to myself. Was this really made by Sega or was this a bootleg? I didn't know that day, and I still don't know today, but I do know where the game is now. It's in the trash. And that was Lost Sonic. Personally, this one ain't bad. It has an interesting premise to it. I think that it just needs another rewrite. Minus all the blood cliches. Other cliches. Too many cliches to count. Probably a lot of people are getting wasted because of this video. Well, anyway. Just one more rewrite probably wouldn't help. Wouldn't hurt. But this is still crap. Well, then again, it is TrollPasta. Well, happy Halloween. I'm off to go get candy. Ha 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 ha.